Jessie Farber of Tamaqua disappeared August 11, 2015, after he phoned his girlfriend to say he'd been chased up a tree by coyotes. The investigation into his disappearance is yet to conclude if Farber believed he was being chased by wild animals or a drug gang called the Coyotes. Just before Jessie Farber went missing, local police say he made a frantic phone call to his girlfriend and told her that coyotes had chased him up a tree. The report of coyotes still shapes the investigation into his disappearance, and a new search began in the Schuylkill County Coal Hills, soon to help clarify his cryptic words. Police say they had hoped and planned the large-scale examination of the mountain chasms and cliffs 4 to 5 miles west of Tamaqua to begin to unravel the Jessie Farber mystery. The hunt by the Wolfpack Search and Recovery Team of Orefield and other searchers would happen in December. Police say Farber's fate probably involves coyotes, the wild animals, whether real or imagined. However, the Tamaqua man's mother believes he fell into the hands of coyotes, a real or imagined local drug gang. Neither police nor Farber's mother, Norma Fritz of Chester County, have much hope that he's still alive. Police investigators say it's possible that Farber imagined he saw coyotes in a drug-induced hallucination before he ran and fell into one of the hundreds of deep coal pits on the mountain. Our theory is that he was under the influence, thinking coyotes were chasing him, and he comes down from the tree and he runs west, and he runs by all these stripping holes, Tamaqua Police Chief Henry Woods said. But Fritz said police may be looking in the wrong direction. She said police should closely examine another theory, that her son was killed by a gang called the Coyotes. There's been talk about a little drug gang and lots of rumors that they killed him, that it wasn't animals chasing him, it was a gang, the Coyotes, she said. And there's rumors that he was shot and put through a wood chipper. That's the most horrendous rumor. Woods said police have heard the gang rumors, but they found nothing to back them up. He said the most important items and evidence were Farber's sweatpants and a bag containing personal items that indicated that Farber really did climb a tree near the mines the night he vanished. Jessie disappeared the night of August 11, 2015, but after he phoned his girlfriend to say he had been chased up a tree by coyotes, the investigation into his disappearance has not yet concluded. Whether Farber believed he was being chased by wild animals or a drug gang called the Coyotes. In December 2016, more than a year after Farber went missing, a hunter discovered the sweatpants in a tree next to the coal ridge of cliffs, shafts, and hidden tunnels. The hunter notified Farber's grandparents, who went out to look. While they were standing there, the grandmother saw the bag tied up in the tree, Woods said. It was a little higher up the tree from where the sweatpants were. They got the bag down and they were able to identify it, he said. There was a pin in the bag, and it was a pin that the grandfather gave to Jessie. Finding the tree was significant, Woods said, because it helped police reconstruct Farber's movements as of August 11, 2015. A man reported that at 7:20 that night, he saw Farber walking out of Tamaqua, heading south on the S-curves on Hunter Street that led to a trail that goes west into the coal fields, Woods said. Farber phoned his girlfriend Rachel Carroll at 9:09 that night, the chief said. The hour and 49 minutes between the Hunter Street sighting and Farber's phone call is about the length of time it takes to walk from the Hunter Street to the coalfield tree, Woods said. This kind of jives with what he said to his girlfriend the night he disappeared. If Farber panicked and ran moments later, he added, he probably plunged down a deep hole in the dark. The holes are all around the path, Woods said. There's no way you could run through there without falling into one of those holes, falling maybe 15 to 20 feet. In other spots, you could fall a considerable distance, hit a ledge, and fall even farther. We recently found one hole that was at least 140 feet deep. The chief noted that immediately after Farber was reported missing, emergency workers went to the mountain just west of Tamaqua High School, because that's where he told his girlfriend he was. A cell phone ping also indicated that Farber's call came from west of Tamaqua, Woods said, but the search found no one. They went up behind the high school yelling for him, and they didn't hear anything, Woods said. Actually, they were nowhere close to where the bag was found in the tree. It was miles away. The tree was near a border of Walker and Schuylkill townships. Farber's mother said she has twice visited the skinny tree where Farber's sweatpants and bag were found. The tree is near the top of a coal mountain in an area so high and steep it almost made her sick to climb it. It looks like the Grand Canyon, she said. I'm afraid of heights, and I was scared to death. I cried the last time I was up there. Fritz said she had no sense on the mountain that her son died there. She said it didn't even make sense that anyone would flee trouble by climbing a spindly little tree her son's things were found in. Nearby, she said, there was a much better tree to climb. Fritz is skeptical that her son would wander off and, frightened by visions of coyotes, climb any tree and then run off a cliff. She said if her son were so drugged up that night, he probably would not have been clear-headed enough to tell his girlfriend that his cell phone battery was low, as he is reported to have said. Fritz says she doubts Farber took the sweatpants and bag into the tree and left them there. I'm certain they were planted there, she said. A coyote's drug gang might have taken the items to that tree to throw off the investigation, she said. I personally eat, sleep, and breathe looking for my son, and the police, they're not physically doing anything. Norma Fritz, mother of Jessie Farber, she wants police to look harder for a drug gang she believes might have targeted her son. She said she wants police to re-interview everyone they've talked to in the case and find out who might have wanted to kill him. Tamaqua police appear to be interested in solving the case, she said, but the investigation has looked inactive for nearly 2 years. Even the pending search by Wolfpack has been postponed several times, she said. I've been going through this for 3 years, being put off and rescheduled, Fritz says. Personally, I eat, sleep, and breathe looking for my son, and the police, they physically do nothing. Fritz set up the Jessie Lee Farber Missing Persons page on Facebook to seek help from the public. Though she lives in Chester County, she occasionally visits her mother and others in the Tamaqua area. Messages sent by way of Facebook page are the source of the most helpful tips on what happened to her son, she said. Woods said he understands Fritz's frustration. The chief said he also is impatient to find out what happened to Farber, but he has no good reason to follow up harder on the coyote gang rumor. I've heard of it, he said, but there was never solid intel of a gang called Coyotes, and if there was a gang of druggies there, just no way they would have found this location, that remote. Jesse grew up in that area. He knew that trail, but there isn't one of these druggies who has the drive inside them to go to this spot, Wood said. Wood said he hasn't completely ignored the gang angle. Tamaqua police repeatedly have asked drug suspects if they know what happened to Farber, he said. We did a drug raid in 2016, a big one, he said. 20-some people were arrested in the raid. Our narcotics guy made an offer to them that if they had any credible information on this case, we would drop the charges, and nobody took the bite. Nobody knew anything. A renewed search for Farber now is the only direction to go, he said. There's no other clue out there, he said. We have to find the body to find if there's foul play or if he fell. On the day he went missing, Farber arranged to buy drugs from a dealer he planned to meet at noon at a fast food restaurant, but he or the dealer arrived late and no deal happened, according to police. 7 hours later, he was walking out of town on the S-curves, and after another hour and 49 minutes, phoned his girlfriend about coyotes, police said. She and her brother then ran into the hills just west of the high school, looking for him. About midnight, August 11, 2015, police were informed that Jessie Farber was missing.